I'm really, really trying to be as respectful as I possibly can be towards LeBron James, one of the top two or three players in the history of basketball, number two in my eyes. A treasure to the game of basketball that we should and will all miss when he is gone. I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad. The first game of the season, opening night, the Griffies in attendance, father son duo playing in an NBA game for first time, an absolutely positively wonderful story. And then reality sets in. We love what we're seeing from him in the G League because that's where you belong. As you hone your skills and you get better and you legitimately earn, which I believe.
Urban Artificial Intelligence, strategic thinking media platform. LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith, they go viral. Sideline altercation, Knicks versus Lakers. LeBron walked over to Stephen A. Smith, started yelling at him, cursing him. Now, this is what Stephen A. Smith said. He said he was cursing at him. He said, keep my son's name out your mouth, quote unquote, or at least watch the way you're talking about my son. And he just went in on him on the sideline. Stephen A. Smith said he wasn't expecting it. Nobody told him to be expecting this. LeBron never reached out to him directly. He just kind of walked up to him during the game when LeBron was on the bench and told him exactly what he was thinking about the things he was saying about him and Bronny. Now, Stephen A. Smith seemed to know the lines specifically that he said that pissed LeBron off, got LeBron mad, or whatever the case is. Now, I'm going to put those in the video at the beginning of the video. If it's any type of copyright, it won't be there, but I'll leave there for y'all to see those. In case it's a copyright and you can't see them, Stephen A. Smith was basically questioning LeBron's parenting skills in a way, all right? And I can understand how that might rub LeBron the wrong way, how that might be offensive to him. Now, when Stephen A. replied back, he did reiterate that he never spoke badly about LeBron. The comments that he knew LeBron was upset about was more tailored toward LeBron's parenting than Bronny himself. But most parents is not going to care. Most parents feel like if you bring up their child, if you feel like it's too much pressure being put on them, maybe that's some type of underhanded compliment saying that Bronny can't handle it, or maybe LeBron thought that he was just being too critical of Bronny overall. LeBron probably felt like it was too much. He probably just felt like it was overkill, and for whatever reason, he wanted to address him right then and there at that moment. I want y'all to get in the comments though, man. Let me know what y'all think about this. Did Stephen A. Smith deserve to be addressed like this? I'm hearing a lot of people saying, and Stephen A. Smith said this himself, LeBron could have called him, he should have reached out to him. But then you're going to get the other side of that say Stephen A. talked about these things in the public eye. He talked about Bronny and LeBron's parenting publicly. So LeBron got to check him. He got to press him. He got to get at him publicly as well. Stephen A. Smith's response got a lot of attention. A lot of people noticed how calm and docile Stephen A. Smith was. I've never seen him like this during a reply. He was quiet, he was toned down, and he addressed it twice. He addressed it on First Take and he addressed it on his YouTube page. And on both of the responses, he was kind of relaxed, he was chilled. He didn't seem too up in arms about it. He wasn't yelling, he wasn't screaming like he usually is in responses. And most importantly, it didn't seem like he was trying to prove LeBron wrong. It just seemed like he understood where LeBron was coming from and he wanted to be professional about it. We get that, but that left a lot of people asking questions. A lot of people was wondering, keep the same energy. Where's the energy at, Stephen A. Smith? You talk a lot on TV. You talk real loud. You scream, you yell, and you kind of say whatever you want on TV. A lot of people wanted to see if he was going to carry that same energy with LeBron right in front of him. and they basically say he didn't. Now, some of these jokes were funny, and it was entertaining to see DJ Academics. He felt the same way. He said Stephen A. Smith should have went harder at LeBron. He basically should have said, "Fuck you, LeBron. I say what I want. Whatever I feel about your son, whatever I feel about the way he's been maneuvering through the NBA, I'm gonna say what I have to say." And I gotta agree, that is something that Stephen A. would probably have said in the past, and a lot of people are just questioning it. Is it that LeBron has so much power? What is the reason that Stephen A. Smith seemingly backed down? That's the question that I'm seeing online a lot. Now, that's not my opinion, and I'm gonna let y'all know what my opinion is here. I think from the way that Stephen A. Smith described the situation, the way he described the confrontation, the incident, he had empathy for LeBron. When he said he looked in LeBron's face, he seen how serious he was. He basically said LeBron looked kind of hurt, super frustrated, super mad. His voice was elevated. I'm not going to say he was yelling at Stephen A. Smith, but just from the clips that we seen, it did seem like his voice was a little bit elevated. He wanted to get his point across to Stephen A. Smith that he felt like he was going too far. And I think Stephen A. Smith empathized with that. With Stephen A. being a father himself, he understands where LeBron is coming from. LeBron is just trying to protect his child. You can't be too mad at that. Do I feel like LeBron checked him or pressed him? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But I think that Stephen A. He did make the best choice, in my opinion. Now, could he have been more stern in his reply online? I think if he wanted to go at LeBron, online is the place to do it. I don't think they should have had a shouting match at the Lakers game right then and there. But he handled it the best way that was good for him. And he also said that his bosses, his agent reached out to him. That right there lets you know it's probably not going to go any further. I know a lot of people probably wanted Stephen A. Smith to crash out and go much harder. But once he said his bosses and his agent contacted him about it, you know Stephen A. Smith is going to put business over everything. But I am interested to see how he's going to continue to talk about Bronny and evaluate Bronny as an NBA player this year. Let's remember, y'all, Bronny still is an employee of the NBA. So when certain things happen, Stephen A. Smith is going to have to discuss it, and LeBron James too. The good and the bad moving forward in the season. Stephen A. Smith is still going to have to discuss it going into the playoffs. That's going to be an area of discussion too for Stephen A. Smith. And something else that was pretty interesting, Stephen A. mentioned Draymond Green not talking to him anymore. A lot of people are saying this is part of LeBron's pull in the NBA. If you make enemies with LeBron, then a lot of people is going to turn their back on you. A lot of people is going to value their relationship with LeBron over yours. This is what's going on with Draymond Green? Because I remember there was a couple of broadcasts where Draymond Green and Stephen A. Smith had good chemistry. All right. Stephen A. Smith, I believe, was giving Draymond Green some pointers on production and broadcasting and talking about the game and getting into media after sports. We know Draymond Green got the podcast, so he wants to be in the media world after sports. And it seemed like for a minute, Stephen A. Smith and Draymond was tight. They had good chemistry on set. So hopefully this incident with LeBron don't mess that up and they can move past this. But I want y'all to get in the comments, man. Let me know what y'all think about this. Do y'all think Stephen A. Smith should have been more energetic against LeBron? Do y'all feel like he backed down? Do y'all feel like he didn't stand on business? Do y'all feel like he switched up? He changed up in person? Get in the comments, man. Let me know. I think this is an important conversation to have just from a parenting perspective, man. You got somebody like Stephen A. Smith who's outspoken like he is, commenting on your job as a parent. I don't know, man. It kind of blurs the lines because we got to remember LeBron is the one who pushed for his son to be in the NBA. So it's kind of hard to separate LeBron from his son at this point. Now that he is in the NBA, they're on the same team. LeBron made it such a big deal to play with his son. And now that they're connected through certain storylines, it's kind of hard for you to separate them. Urban Artificial Intelligence, strategic thinking media platform. If you enjoyed this content, like, share, subscribe, and help the channel grow. I'm going to see y'all in the next episode. Peace.